Snyder versus Phelps, and William H. Taft.
William Howard Taft was born on September 15, 1857. He was born and raised in Ohio by his parents, Louisa Torrey and Alfonso Taft. Taft also had 5 siblings. His father, who was a prominent Republican in this day and age, was a lawyer who served as Secretary of War and Attorney General under President Ulysses S. Grant. William Taft went to Woodward High School and then later went on to attend Yale College in New Haven, Connecticut. He was a very good student in the classroom who excelled in his schoolwork but also in other activities. Taft was also active in sports like golf, tennis, and wrestling. He later graduated in 1878. Post-graduation, he went to the Cincinnati Law School in 1880, earning a Bachelor's of Law. He was soon admitted to the Ohio Bar. President Warren G. Harding appointed Taft to be Chief Justice in 1921, a position in which he served until a month just before his death. Taft worked on many landmark cases, including Wyoming v. Colorado, Hill v. Wallace, and United States v. Felis. In 1890, Taft was made the Solicitor General of the United States of America by President Benjamin Harrison. When he was only 32, he was the youngest Solicitor General ever. From 1892 to 1900, he served as a judge of the United States Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals. Taft was made the Governor General of the Philippines in 1901 and was the first civilian to serve in this position. As Governor General, he was responsible for overseeing the economic development of the island. He served in this position all the way until 1904 and seemed to be very popular with both Filipinos and Americans. Taft was obese and suffered from many heart diseases. William Taft died on March 8, 1930, at the age of 72.
The Supreme Court case of Albert Snyder versus Fred Phelps. The people that were involved in this case were Albert Snyder, Fred Phelps, Phelps' children, and the Westboro Church. The protest that caused this case happened in 2006. The case was later decided in the Supreme Court on March 2, 2011. Marine Lance Corporal Matthew Snyder was killed in Iraq in the line of duty. Matthew's father selected the Catholic Church in Snyder's hometown of Westminster, Maryland, as the site for his son's funeral. Phelps became aware of Matthew Snyder's funeral and decided to travel to Maryland with 6 other Westboro Baptist parishioners, 2 of his daughters, and 4 of his grandchildren to picket. The Westboro picketers carried signs. They stated, for instance, "God hates the USA, thank God for 9/11. America is doomed." Snyder then filed a lawsuit against Phelps' daughters, and the Westboro Baptist Church in the United States District Court for the District of Maryland. The jury found for Snyder on the intentional infliction of emotional distress, intrusion upon seclusion, and civil conspiracy claims. The Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals reversed the judgment, holding that Phelps' speech was protected by the First Amendment. The Supreme Court concluded that the respondents' remarks and actions from the church were protected by the First Amendment.